What's up? It's your boy, Just 33 Kings Production. And I'm going to just throw some stuff out there real quick. A couple reasons why I believe Irene is guilty. Well, for starters, I'm going to just go back to Zach. It always lead back to Zach. Why didn't she disclose that this man was at the party? That says a lot. How come she don't know where Kenneka was, and how did she not stop her friends from or those gang members from carrying her, putting her on the bed or stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? So that's one good reason. And you know, she suspiciously gave only one of the suspects an interview. I say that to say this. Well, if Zach is innocent, then, you know, I have a lot of apologizing to do. But I really believe that this man is guilty. Simply because he didn't disclose that he was at the party. He said he was in New York. He said that he didn't have anything to do with the death of Kenneka Jenkins. He didn't set her up. He didn't have anything to do with it. But yet, a lot of people are implementing some of the gang members, whether they was the BDs or GDs. You know, but here's the thing. If you understand, Irene, that if you have knowledge of who killed Kenneka and you don't say nothing, absolutely nothing about it, then you might as well be as guilty as yourself. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just take the blame of killing her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's your job, it's your opportunity. You can blow this case wide the fuck open. Why you won't blow this case wide open by coming forth with information and saying, you may have to give up your family for some years. You may have to give up what you know of everyday living for some years. But let me talk to you. You can put an end to the speculations, to the guessing, to the theories. You can be the anchor to this case. You can be the one that brings everything to the forefront. But the only reason I believe that you won't do that is because you will have to implement yourself. So that's what makes another reason why you're guilty. It's so many different news channels, and I'm not going to call no major stage news channels out no more, because I'm always saying this news station and that news station, they provide money. I mean, big money just to get a 3-minute interview, if that. Sometimes it's just 2 minutes on the air. They give it tens or twenties of thousands of dollars just to hear you speak and be honest and tell your truth or your experience. But yet you will give it to a street interviewer so he can further his agenda for his platform, which if that's what you want to do, hey, go for it, Zach. But right now, my focus is Irene. For the life of me, I don't understand why the time zone of your friendship matters now when it didn't matter when you was hanging out with her, smoking a blunt or drinking and stuff. You didn't say, well, I only been knowing her for this amount of time, but Monifa been knowing her since she was a kid. That right there alone, it tells me that you know more than what you say. Because it doesn't matter if you've been knowing somebody for a day, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years, or their whole life. It doesn't matter at this point, because it didn't matter when you were sitting in there with those glasses on and everybody was looking at a so-called murder or somebody's being beaten or somebody's being raped through your glasses. You was at the center. You was the center of attention. You took center stage of this murder, even though Kenneka is the centerpiece of this thing because it all focused around her. But you was the second lead. Because if it wasn't for you to be on that live feed on Facebook, of course I probably wouldn't be at this point right now talking to you. But since we know this, since we know that you have a major part in this, you play one of the biggest roles besides Monifa, then it's on you to take this case to the next stage and give Kenneka Jenkins, your friend, your buddy, justice. since you won't do that, or you haven't did it yet, that leads me to believe that you have more in common with the death of Kenneka Jenkins than we want you to be. Of course, I don't want you to go to jail. I don't want you to have anything to do with this case. I don't even want Kenneka to be dead. I wish all you young ladies would understand that not only Kenneka have lost her life, but you would never live a normal life, a day in your life no more. I know like hell you wish you can go back and take that day away. But guess what? It is here and it's right now in front of your face. It shows up at your doorstep every day. Every time you pick up that phone, every time you hear a key jiggle, that's reminding you of Kenneka Jenkins. Every time you hear somebody saying, I'm going to take a drink or I'm going to get some soda, it reminds you of Kenneka Jenkins. And I know it do. And it kills you and it's eating you up inside. That now you are in this mental prison. It's like almost you're locked up behind bars and you're at home every day, probably fearing for your life because the people are scaring you because they don't want you to snitch. They don't want you to tell. But let's not call it snitching. Let's call it justice for Kenneka Jenkins. Let's call it for what it is. Justice for Kenneka Jenkins. J for K all day. Holla at your boy. And if you love Kenneka, you will not only send those purple hearts, but you will also stand up for Kenneka Jenkins and her mother. She trusted you with her daughter. And now it's time for you to stand up, Irene, and get up and say, you know what? Let me make a phone call. If you're scared to do it yourself, reach out to somebody. Reach out to anybody. You don't have to. You can reach out to me. You see my interviews. You see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, reach out to some people that's more important than me. I'm just a small piece in this puzzle. I don't even consider myself a part of the puzzle. I'm just a guy looking in from the outside, looking at the box full of puzzle pieces. We're just trying to put it together as a young man. But it's on you to step up because you got the information. Because guess what? They wouldn't be threatening you. They wouldn't have threatened your baby's life. They wouldn't have threatened your life or your family if you didn't know something. You know something. And they know you know something. You think they fear, you think that you should fear them? They fear you. You are a strong, young, educated, young woman. You have so much power right now with the words and the thoughts in your brain. You can do this. And you will do this. I have faith that someone will tell the truth. And you better tell the truth before it's too late. Why do I say that, Irene? Because guess what? If someone else go and talk to the police and say, hey, she knows this and she knows that and this was what happened, guess what? It's too late for you. At least now you can step up and save your life by speaking the truth and coming forth with the evidence and the knowledge of what happened to Kenneka Jenkins. Don't be scared of them people, man. It's so much bigger. It's bigger things out here in the world. It's another world outside of Chicago. You can live a beautiful life. You're still young. It's too late for Kenneka. She's in paradise. She's in another dimension. She's in another state of being. She's dead. She's never moving again. She's never breathing on this planet again. She's not blinking an eye. She's not doing that no more. She's not doing the selfie pic. It's probably what they wanted her to do in that casket. I have to believe that because that's what she always do. Irene, you can make a difference. You know something. Speak. Tell your experience. Get protection for yourself from the police when you speak. And if you have to implement yourself, hey, go to the police. They cut people deals or some shit like that. Something. But we need justice for Kenneka. And if it takes you to have to take a couple years, 2-3 years, take that shit. But know that you will be protected. Have trust and have belief in our system, even though it's shitty. But you gotta go somewhere. You gotta have faith somewhere. How did you let Zach TV come in and interview you? Why? People always call me and say, hey, he's not this bad guy like everybody thinks he is. He's this guy. Well, from Zach's own mouth, he said he was a thug nigga. Excuse my words, thug N-word. I used to pull guns, that's what he told me. I used to sell dope, that's what he told me. How much that is true, I don't know. How much influence do we have over the gang members? Well, go look at the peace treaty he said he made between the two gang members, GDs and BDs. Is that what you're fearing? They have no power outside of Chicago. Right now, you are in a foggy state of being. Your mind is fogged up with the death of your friend. You're fogged up with people bringing you stuff that really don't mean you no good. People steady coming over. People sitting there with you 24/7, watching your every move. People calling your phone, threatening your kid. If you have any sympathy for your kid, you will say something. Speak up. Prove me wrong. I believe you're guilty. A lot of people believe that you're guilty. A lot of people believe that you had something to do with the setting up of her, or you had knowledge of. Well, if you go to the police, I'm telling you, and I'm a true believer. I believe in the system. System haven't been good to me, but I have to work with the cards that's been given me. And I'm telling you that every police officer is crooked? No. Is every police officer good? No. Are you worried about the police taking you out because you're talking? Go to a different police station. Go to a police station outside of Chicago. Go somewhere. Go to the FBI. Talk to them and say, hey, I can't go to the police station because of these police officers are going to kill me. I can't even go to this police officer because they're going to tell the young thugs, and young thugs are going to come kill me. If that's the case, then go to the FBI. Go say something. Protect yourself. That's what I mean by that. But it's on you to speak up and say something. Irene, the ball is in your court. I don't know if you're going to respond to me. I don't know how I can see if you respond to me because I don't know. I don't follow you like that. All I know is that J for K, justice for Kenneka, justice for Teresa, Mama T, however you want to call her. We need justice. You can take center stage and you can take the reign for Kenneka and you can stand up and own this. Forget that little interview. You'll be somewhere. Every news channel will be there. Your life will be different. But guess what? At least you will have made a difference. It's only going to be for a moment in your life that this will take place. But if you don't say nothing, but the rest of your life will haunt you. I would rather say something now and get closure for self and Kenneka versus living in this fear every day, living in doubt. What if I did this? Look, I'm gonna just tell you a quick story and I'm gonna end this. Well, it's a young man that's standing on home base and he's down. He got bases loaded. Right? Bases loaded. Everybody's for one person on first base, one on second, and one on third. 2 strikes, 3 balls. All he got to do is stand there and get that person on third base home. That's Kenneka. You got to get her home. He stands there. When the pitcher throws that ball, he didn't even swing. Boom! Strike! He's out. Game over. The other team won. Guess what? he didn't even try to swing at that ball. What if he would have tried? What if he would have tried? At least he would have known that he tried. Don't be that baseball player that stands at that home place and don't swing. Whether you hit or miss, at least you tried. And that's real talk. Try to swing at the ball. Try to bring Kenneka home from third base so y'all can win this game. Don't let her just be stuck in a freezer somewhere. Don't let her just be just stole from. They took a lot from y'all. They took a lot from you guys. Not only Kenneka's losing her life, but you, Monifa, everybody lost their life of freedom and thought. You know? It's on you. And that's real talk.